You can now turn this into this. Sort of. You get to attach all its accessories on at least. So let's check it out. This isn't your typical case, nor should you mistake it to be one. You don't take this to the office, out for dinner, or count on it to keep you protected day to day. I mean, you could, but you'd look really stupid. Made mainly of hard plastic with some rubber accents and a flexible screen protector. But of course, before trusting anything to take my iPhone to the deep depths of my bathtub, we need to test it with something a little softer. Yeah, it's 2-ply, you cheap. Lock it in, plug the plugger, initiate the water, make sure it's a comfortable temperature, and throw that sucker in. Make sure it actually stays under the water, but if you're poor like me and don't own anything heavy, just get in the goddamn tub. 30 minutes on the clock. And once you're done, make sure your polo game is strong and remove it from the water. Dry it off. And it looks like we're still in business. It's still dry as a butterfly. I'll save this for later. Installation is fairly intuitive. This hinge is what locks and seals everything, but start by pulling the open tab, lift the clasp, unhinge it from the bottom door, and pull the door sideways, unhooking it from the case. Inside is a skeleton housing that holds the iPhone in place. Slide it out and pop the iPhone on. Insert it back, making sure you give it a firm push. You should hear it slide into place. Hook the door back on the right side, then lower the opposite end. Finally, connecting the clasp again and pushing it down, which locks it in place. And the award for the most steps for setting up goes to this case. Moving along, you've got access to every button except the mute rocker. Full touchscreen access, except you will need to exercise those finger muscles to tap. The audio quality is slightly degraded as the whole case is enclosed both from the speakers and microphones, but if you really have to, you can still take your girlfriend's call. I'm just not sure if she'd be more mad you didn't pick up or that she couldn't hear a single thing you're saying. The proximity sensor also seems to go haywire, which causes taps to not be registered because it thinks the screen is turned off. It's oddly weird. The camera cover allows for both lenses to see, but your flash is obstructed and basically unusable. Touch ID is not accessible. There's no access to the lightning port. You will have issues fitting thicker screen protectors, and lastly, this is a big case. But you know what? None of that matters because those are things that land animals care about. And this, well, it's designed to be used underwater. So, by mermaids. You're probably sitting there eating your goddamn banana and watching this thinking, the iPhone 7 is already waterproof. What the f? And you wouldn't be wrong, but there's different intensities for waterproofingness. And the iPhone 7 only has a pretty basic one. Mainly, you can borderline safely shower with it. And that's where this case comes in, allowing you to go up to 50 feet deep, although I won't be testing that today because I'm a normal human being and don't do those kind of things. We will be testing it in this aquarium I found on the side of the road. The beauty of this whole case revolves around two things: this GoPro adapter mount and the free camera app. Yeah, I know, you need to download another app, suck it up because it's actually pretty useful. First, the mount and the accessories I'd highly recommend for your next excursion. As Asian touristy as it is, the single item I recommend is some sort of selfie stick or handle. My choice goes to the GoPro 3-way, a little on the pricier side, but there's a lot more flexibility in positions. Secondly, if you're diving 50 feet deep, you're going to not want to drop this. Although they do include a lanyard, I highly recommend a floaty lanyard instead. It should bring your iPhone right back up. If you live the simple life though, skip both of those and just get a floaty handle. It's something to hold and it's something to float. Otherwise, some additional mounts to consider: a chest mount for that full frontal view of what you're seeing, plus allowing you to be hands-free. A head mount, although I know what you're thinking, it looks as heavy as a baby panda. So let's test it out. And it's not bad. When you're underwater, the water will carry most of the weight anyways. And finally, I recommend a waterproof light. When you're 50 feet deep and your flash is obstructed, it can get pretty dark, which means your photos and videos will probably look like shit. I personally like the Kudos light, but again, on the expensive side, but because it also has a GoPro mount. You can attach it to the head or chest mount and it'll improve your photography skills by approximately 13%. Which leads me to my second benefit of this case, actually taking a photo or video. You can definitely use a stock stock camera app, but you're limited to the settings you have before going underwater. Not exactly optimal when you want to switch between photos and videos. That's why I'm a fan of their own ProShot app. You've got all the modes available from the stock camera, but the app utilizes the volume down button to switch between them, since you're not able to access the touchscreen underwater, while the volume up button is to initiate the shutter. Yeah, that means photos, videos, zoom, and slow-mo are all available while underwater. There's also an underwater mode that completely disables random touch input, a problem that usually occurs underwater or if you've got jittery fingers like me from your 4th cup of coffee. In terms of photo quality, you do lose some thanks to that extra layer of plastic in front of the lens, but still more than enough to capture what you're seeing. Now, is it going to replace an actual GoPro? Most definitely not, but it's a fifth of the cost, able to adapt to all its accessories, and utilizes an already amazing camera you have right in your pocket. So take as many photos and videos as you desire, because you and I both know you're going to post one of them on the gram and forget you ever took the rest. If you're an avid water enthusiast, then this is the case to get, as it gives you access to the whole ecosystem of GoPro accessories. The best part is, use the code EXCESSORIZEME and save 15% off the case, all that linked below, along with any other accessories I mentioned earlier. Now, this isn't designed to be a day-to-day case, so don't buy this expecting it to be usable as one. Anyways, a huge shout out to ProShot for sponsoring the case and review. It's a huge support for what I do on this channel, but I got complete creative freedom and all opinions expressed are from my own brain. That's it. If you love what you see and want to support me in creating more reviews, head over to our Patreon where I host giveaways, and any amount goes a long way. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment below letting me know what case you want me to review next. I rest my waterproof case.